Very good evening to all our parents and all our students who have taken time out today to attend our webinar with Universita Cattolica del Sacro Euro in Italy. The university, we have Miss Arianna with us, who's going to be part of the entire presentation, who's going to present and give us information regarding the university. We also have with us Mr. Jaykrishnan. Krishnan, you can say hi. He is a sixth-year student at Cattolica. So he's going to be giving us more in-depth information regarding the journey which he has gone through in this 6 years. So before wasting any more time, I'll just take you through that. So it's good to know that, we have Jay with us today as well with Miss Arianna. And very important to know is that Gyanberry is the authorized representative for the university for more than, I think, 6 years. So, yes. And so you don't have to worry, parents and students, you have Gyanberry with you throughout your journey. And I'm sure Ms. Arianna will talk about that. So without wasting any more time, over to you, Arianna. I am going to stop my slide so that you are able to share it.
I can share mine then. Can you see my presentation now? I think so.
Yes.
Can you see my first slide now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, that's perfect. So thank you so much, Pranali, for having me here today. And thank you to Gyanberry. That was also part of my introduction. And I want to tell this to students and families who are following the webinar today. We have been working together for more than 6 years, I think, Gyanberry and Cattolica, even before I started working for Cattolica, most probably. And Gyanberry have proven to be a very reliable partner for the university, very reliable representative. So students and families, I'm not sure whether you have already applied for Universita Cattolica. You are in the process of, submit your application. You have submitted it already. You're considering other universities. Really, do have a chat with Miss Pranali and Miss Sukanya. They are in direct contact with us, and they will be able to tell you even more about the university, tell you more about our entrance exams. You can really trust them, as I do trust them. My name is Arianna Malavasi, and I do belong to the International Education and Global Engagement Office of Universita Cattolica del Sacro Cuore. I am personally based in Milan because the University Cattolica is kind of a big one. We have 5 campuses spread across the country, but specifically our medicine and surgery program is taught at the University campus of Rome. That's the political capital of the country. That's in the heart of Italy. That's the campus that you can see here as a backdrop to my camera. And that's where the medicine and surgery program is taught. And later on, I will tell you why specifically in Rome. And I believe that Jay, you will know better than me why Rome and what is important to say about our University Rome campus. So I will focus this presentation on Universita Cattolica, the campus of Rome, and I will try to let you understand why Cattolica could be a good fit for you. One thing to say, we never talk when we do presentations. International, education officers, they never talk about what's the best university. The best university, this concept does not exist. We always talk about the best fit, because what can be the best fit for me doesn't necessarily have to be the best fit for you. What was the best fit for Jay might not be the best fit for other students here. So you want to know exactly what we offer, the kind of environment that Cattolica offers. So you might try to understand if this is the right place for you to undertake your study in medicine and surgery. I can give you 5 reasons why you should consider Italy as a study destination, okay? Not just Cattolica. Italy, why can be considered a good, positive study destination for students interested specifically in the medicine and surgery program. First of all, Italy has been ranked as one of the healthiest countries on earth in the world by Bloomberg Global Health Index. And it has been given this position in the last decade. So one of the healthiest countries in the world. And this is why. This is because Italy has one of the most efficient healthcare systems in the world. Access to the national healthcare system is given for free to not just Italian citizens, but also Italian residents. So also to students living in Italy on a permit of stay. It is for free. And this is because it's given by our constitution, that not just the right for education, but also the access to healthcare services must be a right for everyone living in our country. And our country gives a lot of importance to medical doctors. We are always in an urgent need for doctors. And not just basic doctors, but doctors with different language skills and cultural sensitivity. If you consider the university hospital that we have in Rome, we do not just cure Italian patients over there. We have tourists, we have immigrants, we have refugees. So that's the kind of doctors we're looking for. And that's why Italy considered the education of medical doctors as a priority at a national level. So this is why you should consider Italy as a study destination for medicine and surgery, because we do care about educate good, professional, and ethical medical doctors. And now the few words I want to spend is about the way medicine and surgery degrees are organized in Italy in terms of how many years of instruction, how many years of residency. So first of all, this is true not just for Cattolica, but for any Italian university. Medicine and surgery degrees last for 6 years here in Italy, okay? So it is an integrated clinical experience in the sense that during the first 3 years of your study path, and Jay will tell us more about this later, I believe, you'll spend most of your time in class and in laboratories. You will learn the basic knowledge that you will need to use during year 4, 5, and 6, when you will be doing your clinical residency at the university hospital. So in 6 years, you will earn 360 European credits. I'm not talking about Italian credits, I'm talking about European credits because they can be spent all over Europe. It means that with an Italian title gained at Universita Cattolica, you will be able to practice in Europe whatever you want. In the United States, for example, even if you have to take the USMLE, the United States Medical Licensing Examination, if you wish to practice there, you can go back home. The title is recognized everywhere. The program will be fully taught in English. And I know that many other Italian and European universities have a mix of classes taught in English and in the local language. This is not the case for the program in medicine and surgery offered at Universita Cattolica, fully taught in English because this was conceived for international students. This is not the translation of a program we used to have in Italian already. This is a program dedicated to students international because they have an international background and students who want to become doctors and work in an international environment. Okay, even if, and I'm telling you because it's important for you to know, you'll be learning Italian during the first 4 years. It is at year 1 and year 3. And this is why, because starting from year number 4, you will need to do your clinical residency at Policlinico Gemelli University Hospital. You will need to interact with local patients. And it's true that we also have tourists that speak in English, but the majority of the patients you have the chance to interact with, they will be Italian. So you need to have that basic Italian language level. And Jay, later I'm really curious to ask you, how was it to study Italian and interact with Italian patients?
Definitely.
Really, really curious to know that because I know that Italian is not an easy language. And I remember Pranali, I joined your the event that Gyanberry organized. When was that? In October?
September end.
That was September. And there was a student, prospective students from medicine and surgery, really interested into the program, an excellent student, incredibly worried about the fact they had to study Italian language. And I thought, you want to become a doctor, you're ready to start studying for 6 years, to go to the hospital, to the operation room, and you're worried about studying in Italian. Please don't be. That will be, I guess, one of the easiest part of your path at Catholic. But I thought that was really funny. The student thought it was not, but I did. And another thing, why studying in Italy? Because it has an affordable cost. It doesn't mean free. Okay, affordable cost. When it doesn't mean free, affordable cost means that you will be paying 16,000 euros. Later, we will tell you more about this for the tuition fees, and you have about 12,000 euros living cost. Affordable cost doesn't mean free. And we know for sure there are many other universities and also many representatives saying that education in Italy is free. Education in Italy is not free. It's just the right for everyone. So we do support our students to have the best education possible at an affordable tuition fee, because this is part, once again, of the Italian constitution. And guys, you will be studying in Rome. Everyone knows that Rome is an open-air museum containing many of the world's most breathtaking masterpieces. And I'm talking about the Colosseum, I'm talking about St. Peter, the Vatican State. Well, we teach medicine and surgery in Rome because that's where the School of Medicine and Surgery was founded in the 60s, in the 1961. So we have been teaching medicine and surgery for more than 50 years. Clearly, we started teaching medicine and surgery in Italian, and we still do that. But already 9 years ago, 10 years ago, that was 2013, so it's almost 10 years ago, we opened this fully English taught medicine and surgery program. We keep the Italian taught one, but that's just for domestic students. You'll be studying with other Italian students, European students, and non-European students in English. Now I gave you, a few tips and information on why you should consider Italy as a study destination, but why Cattolica specifically. First of all, the academic quality of the program is recognized internationally by the, I would say, reputable QS Global ranking by subject. Our medical school is ranked within the top 200 in the world. And we're talking about the world. I mean, there are thousands of universities offering medical programs. We are in the top 200, which means that our professors know what they do, and the academic quality of what they teach is recognized here, and it's recognized internationally. We are a private university, non-for-profit, okay, but we are private, recognized by the Italian Ministry of Education. The title is recognized internationally. What does it mean to be private in Italy? It means that we can invest budgets on the services dedicated to our international students. So for example, we have local representatives, we have regional managers, and one of them fully dedicated to students coming from one specific area of the world. We do support students in finding accommodation through our EduCat service. We do support students so that they can submit their application, get a feedback the fastest as possible, and get their visa to start studying with us in September. And the fact that we are private gives us freedom on the entrance exam dates, okay? Which means that, keep this in mind, Universita Cattolica entrance exam is not the IMAT. The IMAT is the entrance exam organized by public universities in Italy, and it is generally organized in the month of September. In our case, Universita Cattolica's entrance exam is organized between March and April. Okay, so the students get a feedback on the entrance exam, on their ranking, on the final, the position on the final ranking by mid-April. So they know exactly if they really have the chance to start studying with us in September, or if the final position in the ranking is not good, they will know if it's the case for them to consider other universities, other countries maybe. And this is crucial for students interested in studying medicine and surgery because it is a commitment for 6 years, okay? The fact that we are private gives us the chance to have very small classes. You'll be only 80 students in class, and there's a very high retention rate, okay? So only 80 students, 30 coming from EU countries and 50 coming from non-European Union countries, which is not to be taken for granted because generally speaking, universities have more spaces, more seats available for EU students. In our case, you have more for non-EU students. Once again, being private gives us this kind of freedom. And very important, you'll be studying in a campus where we also have an affiliated hospital, which is called Policlinico Gemelli. And Policlinico Gemelli University Hospital is right on campus. And this really will give you early access to patients. You'll be studying, as I was saying, in one specific area of the campus during the first 3 years, and you will be studying at the hospital during year number 4, 5, and 6, where you really have the chance to observe and to learn from doctors. Another like funny thing that I generally say to my students is that I'm based in Milan. When I go to Rome and I enter the school canteen, I'm always like amazed because students have lunch with real doctors who have the white coats on campus, which is something that really astonishes me every time. So you really breathe that healthcare, that medicine air when you get on campus. And then on campus is not the case. I mean, it's not part of this presentation, but I want to tell you that we also offer a program, for example, in healthcare management. And for Italian students, we also teach nursing. So that's what the campus is dedicated to specifically in Italy. We have 44 faculty members who are listed among the top Italian scientists at a global level. Being private gives us the chance to organize a lot of study abroad opportunities for our students, meaning that you can decide to go abroad for your clinical electives and spend, 1 semester abroad doing clinical electives. You can study abroad as an exchange student. You can study abroad for a summer program if you want to do that. And well, I would say that one of the most ambitious study abroad program that we just created a few years ago is the double degree with Thomas Jefferson University in Philadelphia. It's very competitive as a program. We only have a few spots available every year. I believe it's 2 or 3. It's the outbound office of Universita Cattolica organizing that. Still, students who decide to apply and are good enough and lucky enough to get into the program at the end of the 6 years will get a double qualification. 1 degree in medicine and surgery issued by Universita Cattolica and 1 issued by Thomas Jefferson University in the States, because they will be spending the first 3 years in Italy and the last 3 years at Thomas Jefferson University, plus also summer programs during the first 3 years will be taken at Thomas Jefferson University. So this is just one of the options. If this is too much for you, it's too expensive for you because it's also kind of an expensive program, the dual degree, you can decide to spend 1 semester abroad if you wish at a European institution or at a non-European institution. But once again, you know that if you decide to stay, you'll have access to a top-notch hospital in Italy, which is Policlinico Gemelli, which was ranked as the best hospital in Italy by this American magazine called Newsweek and the top 50 worldwide. Student services, I just said we are a private university, so we have a dedicated international student center. And as soon as you get to Rome, you'll get to know my colleagues Manuel and Elizabeth. And they will be your guardian angels, I would say, for the 6 years you will spend at Cattolica. Even if officially they should just take care of you until you get your first step on campus. At the end of the day, whenever I'm there, there are always like international students knocking at their door saying, "Oh, Manuel, I have this problem with my student badge." Let's say, "Oh, Manuel, I really wish to study abroad. Who I should talk to? Oh, Manuel, I'm having issues finding, how public transportation works in Rome." They will be there, okay? We have international students associations. We have a language support center, clearly library. We have a really, really good orientation week event that was organized between, I believe, September the 25th and September the 29th this year. So it's an occasion for you to get to know the international office, to get to know the campus, to get to know the hospital, to get to know the right doors you should knock to when studying in Italy, because Jay, later I will ask you, you should not be, a spoiled student to study in Italy, because you have everything you need, but at the same time, you need to knock to the right door, okay? Do not expect to be like in a US campus where the services will just arrive to you, even if you do not ask for that. Italy is different. You need to be proactive, okay? Sport facilities. The campus of Rome is huge. There's a football field, which is like a peculiarity in Italy, because generally speaking, university campuses are located at the heart, of each city. So they don't have enough space to have tennis fields or a football field, while that's the case for our Rome campus. Health center and accommodation recommendations, which is usually provided by Educat. It's not the international office. It's an organization supporting the international office and the students interested in finding an accommodation. For those of you who are still considering whether or not they should apply for our medicine and surgery program, so what are the entry requirements? basic entry requirements, I would say, in the sense that you need to have minimum 12 years of previous global schooling. If you are at the last year of high school, or if you already have your high school diploma, then it's time for you to apply, okay? Language proficiency, you need to be able to speak a good English, TOEFL, IELTS, and this is just for you if you were not studying in English at a high school level. If English was the medium of instruction at high school, you don't need to provide us with any English language certificate. There's no specific subject or grade required. And I'm telling you, because this is a question I receive quite often. Oh, should I have what grade in biology, mathematics, or physics, to be eligible to apply for the entrance exam? We don't have a specific requirement. Clearly later, I will show you the contents of the entrance exam, so you will know what subjects you should focus your attention on if you really wish to have chances to pass the entrance exam with a good grade, but it's not a requirement. You need to pass the entrance exam, okay? It's a 65 multiple choice question exam. The minimum passing grade is 20 out of 65. It used to be 15, now it is 20. And the offers are made according to the final position in the European ranking or the non-European ranking. That depends on your passport. As I said, we have 80 places available every year, 50 for non-EU students and 30 for EU students. That depends on your passport. According to your passport, you will compete either within the EU pool or the non-EU pool. Just keep in mind that if you have a double passport, the European one will always prevail. Applications are open for next year. We open applications on October 17, and the applications will close on March the 6th, while the entrance exam will take place on March the 21st. The exam will take place online with the support of a proctoring system for all our non-EU students. So if he will compete within the non-EU pool, you can just simply take the test from home, okay, with this proctoring system, or from anywhere where you can stay, like in a room, just yourself with a very stable internet connection. If you have an EU passport, European Union passport, then you will need to go to one of our test centers. But we have test centers literally all over the world, okay? You can apply online, but I believe that Gyanberry can give you, further information about the application procedures, the documents you need to collect to submit the application. So rely on them for that. And as I was telling you, the results will be published very, very soon on April the 3rd for non-EU students, and even earlier, March the 29th for EU students. So it really means that you really have the chance to know super early what's your position in the final ranking and try to understand whether or not it is the case for you to try to apply maybe for other medical schools. About our entrance exam. As I said earlier, the written test, it is a written test, consists of 65 multiple choice questions. Biology, 18 questions. Chemistry, 12. Physics and math, 8 questions. General knowledge, 2 questions. 20 questions, so a big bunch of questions about logic, visual space reasoning, problem solving, and 5 questions on religious and ethical culture. And candidates have 65 minutes to complete the test. So once again, remember, this is not the IMAT, this is not TOEFL, this is not any other entrance exam. This is Universita Cattolica entrance exam. So how do you prepare for the Universita Cattolica entrance exam? There is an online simulator, and you access the online simulator as soon as you submit your application for the entrance exam. So how does it work? You submit your application online. There is an application fee of 160 euros that you have to pay. And we do share with you the link to this online simulator, which contains questions taken from past exams. And I'm talking about thousands of questions taken from past exams. And you can practice on that on a daily basis. There is material like documents, PDFs that you can download from the institutional website of Universita Cattolica, so you can prepare for the logic part of the entrance exam and scientific part of the entrance exam. And we do also offer, with the support of Selexi, who's the provider that supports Cattolica organizing the tests in the test centers, we do provide through Selexi preparation courses. We have 2 options, the 30 hours preparation course of the 45, I believe, hours preparation course. you can apply for one of those preparation courses. It's not mandatory. It's just an extra opportunity that you have, and you can do that through the Selexi website. And I believe that the application deadline for the next preparation course is tomorrow, December the 21st. So if you wish to apply, you might want to check directly today how many seats available we have and for which course. Important slide for families here. Money matters. We just said that Italy has an affordable cost, which does not mean for free. I believe that the majority of the students and parents we have here today, probably all of them, they are non-EU residents, okay? Meaning that the family income is produced in a non-European Union country. So you want to know that for non-EU residents, the tuition fees per annum is 16,200 euros, okay? And to budget realistically what your son or your daughter would need to live in Italy, well, just be aware that the living cost per annum is from 10,000 to 12,000 euros, okay? So I would say about 28,000 euros in total per year. Financial aid and further scholarships opportunities are provided by EduCat. It is absolutely true, but I also want to be very honest here and do a lot of expectation management. EduCat does offer scholarship opportunities. It's very, very uncommon and hard for non-European students to have a discount on the tuition fees. And I'm really telling you why. You will need to apply for a study visa. Okay, at some point, Gyanberry can help with that as well. If you can show to the visa officers that you have the financial capabilities of sustain yourself in Italy for 6 years, it means that almost for sure you will not be eligible for an income-based scholarship given by EduCat. But it is my duty to tell you that you have this chance as well. But you want to be ready for the worst case scenario, which is still super affordable compared to what universities offer in the UK or in the US, for example, which is to pay the full tuition of 16,200 euros. Well, this is the QR code that will lead to, our application portal if you wish to apply, if you haven't done that yet. Once again, I want to remind you that we do have Gyanberry supporting us in Dubai, but in the Middle East in general. And this is their contact information, info@gyanberry.com. Any question you have, any extra information you need, any doubt, any concern, just feel free to drop them an email. And I believe that either Pranali, Sukanya, Christian, I know the staff one by one, they will be ready and happy to support you. So applications are open. Once again, you know that you have time until March. My suggestion is that you don't waste any time if you wish to try at least to submit your application and be in class for this coming September 2023. Because as soon as I said, as you submit your application, you will have access to the online simulator. Jay, you will tell us later what was the most important tool that you used to get ready for the entrance exam. For sure, the online simulator is one of those. I believe that when you did apply for Universita Cattolica, the preparation courses online were not even an option because we started developing them.
When I had given the exam, it wasn't even a content-based exam. It was more of an IQ exam. So
exactly.
I'm the best person for this, but yeah.
That was completely different at the time because it was 6 years ago. This is all from my side. I'm curious, but Pranali, I mean, really, thank you for this. I'm happy to be here for the rest of the presentation and really listen to Jay, listen to you. And
so thank you so much. And parents and students, thank you so much. I know we've extended the time and you have taken that efforts of being there and being available for the entire webinar. So thank you so much to you.